we need to talk about this. So, in that German guy's recent Rust skins video, that in the new Rust skins, in the first minute he talks about how he will no longer be recording videos. Apparently, he has a brand new job, and the place he's working at says they wanted him to stop because it will conflict with his brand new job. Don't know all the details. I'm sure he'll unveil and reveal everything at some point in the near future. But evidently now I'm the only person talking about the Rust Workshop skins. Now I'm not sure what's going to happen from here, but I actively avoided showcasing skins in game in likes of this video that you're watching right now because I didn't want to be too similar to that. And of course I'm always talking about collection continuations and whatnot. Now I of course also, have my short videos which I'm always putting out there. Again, mostly with the intention to talk about potential investments. Of course, pointing out, certain transparent aim sites, for example. You get the idea. That I felt like was a perfectly reasonable thing to do, but never in like a main video, unless it was a Rust rotation and whatnot. Okay, fair enough. But yes, at the very least, we should say congratulations to TGG, and let's hope everything works out nicely, Live well and prosper. Best of luck to you, good sir. But yes, do you want me to change anything? You, the viewer, that is the question. Now, again, I'm not sure what's going on from here and now, but I'm not going to immediately change. I should probably ask permission and whatnot, because I don't know if he's still doing top picks lists. He's not allowed to make a video, but I'm sure he could still make top picks lists, right? Well, I'm actually recording this at an earlier time, so by the time you watch this video, you could go look in the Rust Workshop and see if there's a week 2 for June 2025. Sounds good? Okay. And yeah, that's it. I had to talk about that. I don't know what's happening from here and now, but at least you are aware. And we should probably go ahead now talk about the brand new skin submissions. But hold on, one quick second. If you are a skin creator and you have had a skin accepted within the past 10 years of, Rust skins, in Rust stores and whatnot, may I ask you, can I please get your signature? I'm working on a project. There's a good reason for that, and let's just say I've acquired quite a decent amount of them so far, yes. So if you would be ever so kind, again, I have to be a bit strict because there's 400 of you, I'm not joking, 400 people that have apparently had a skin accepted in Rust over the past decade. If you're one of them and I haven't got your signature yet, please may I request it. Okay? You can message me on Discord, you can message me below in the comments. It's up to you. You don't feel forced. All right? If you don't want to, that's fine. Okay? But I am working on a little project, and I would like to get a response within the next month, if that's possible. What will be the final product? Oh, we'll have to wait and see. Oh, we're cooking. Right then, so got that all nicely addressed. Shall we now talk about this right here? Yes. So, of course, look in the description for all the chapters, because, of course, that's where all the collection continuations are going to be. And, of course, if you only care about, weapons and tools and whatnot, just skip ahead. It's all there. I say it every single week. Right then, so, of course, if you want to look at all these skins in your own time, you're more than welcome to do so. The collection link for the Rust Workshop skin checks for June 10, 2025 will be listed in the description at the very top. You can click that link. You could go through all of these in your own time. Or you can sit back and relax and listen to the dulcet tones of Mr. Hedge as he yaps away and talks about all these lovely looking deplorables. And first up, we've immediately got a collection continuation. But more specifically, we should talk about this skin as it is the representative of the many skins you're about to take a look at today. In short, I will kind of allude to you, hey, if you happen to like the skin, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no, all right? Now, I will point this out. Do votes actually matter in terms of, affecting a skin potentially being accepted? No. But the skin creators can see it, and it's a nice morale boost if you show some positivity and whatnot. But to really help them out, to get a good indicator if you like the skin or not, go to the comment section. Go off for some nice kind words. Like I said, it does go a long way, and it keeps those skin creators nice and happy. But if you don't happen to like the skin they've produced and you know exactly why not offer some constructive feedback? Be nice, concise, and straight to the point. Try and help them out. Maybe the skin isn't accepted, but in the future, if they want to do a brand new version, they could look at your feedback, incorporate it to the brand new version, and hey, potentially in the future, maybe that gets accepted, and you help them out. Cool. So, yes, with the Cryo locker right here, collection continuation to the fridge that was accepted quite some time back. And of course, this also happens to have transparency, and it glows in the dark ever so nicely. So let's go over to here to SMM.app and type in Cryo fridge, and there we are. So this sold a reasonable, let's see here, 9,800 subscribers, which really isn't that much when you think about it. And then we take a look at it on the Steam market, and oh well, that's currently sitting here, what, like $5? Yeah, yes it is. Yeah. So there was a bit of a worry that we were seeing far too many fridges at some point. Did kind of stop after, Easter. But that just instantly went in the positive. Now, this isn't the first instance where we've kind of like talked about like a cryo skin, So, like, just to point out, we've seen like a large box. I've seen doors and whatnot, but none of them are accepted. So, just to point out, the whole collection's there, but only one. I don't know. I guess Face Punch just really isn't that interested. I guess they all look cool. I kind of feel bad for Mr. Fuff, but I will sit here and say, if we were to see that potentially being accepted, yes, I do believe that'll probably get bought out, even more so. There's only 24 of them on the Steam market. It's very thin. That's probably already going up in price regardless. In fact, that's already technically happened because, as I said, I've been sitting in this position and talking about cryo skins over the past few weeks. Every single time I was like, that's going to go up in price regardless. And every week it's, it's the summer now. So things are trending upwards to new all-time high prices. So with only so many of those in circulation, you shouldn't be surprised to see it rising up. It's a very cool looking fridge, but could it become a very cool looking collection? So best of luck to you, Mr. Fuff, and consider showing support. Consider voting yes or no. Right then, so we also happen to have competition, because over to here we have the bamboo cage locker with two versions, one with quite a lot of transparency and one with not too much, but basically it's just kind of ridiculous with the transparency. Corey, Sodsender, you're taking it too far. Where's my sheet metal door that's like this? Actually, no, you could do a wooden door. That actually would... Okay. You might have to kind of board it up a little bit more just to be safe, but yeah, you could probably get away with a wooden door. Again, a window that's all like bamboo-y, that'd probably be right. So anyway, we have two versions. They're essentially almost the same thing because the transparency in this is pretty ridiculous. So we have had the small box and the large box, of course. And as we go over to here, just to quickly point this out, the large box is currently in the Rust store. It's sitting here at 22,600 subscribers. It is a skin that will be abnormal, so we'll be chasing after that tomorrow. And, well, in terms of wanting to invest into that, we're going to have to leave it until we do the abnormal barders first. That's definitely something I would recommend. But in terms of the small box, which of course we saw the previous week, there we are, that kind of just spiked demand, spiked in price when we saw the large box being accepted literally the very next week, which is, of course, in this current Rust store. So, it's already spiked in price. I think we're better off maybe avoiding this one because it's already kind of been bought out a fair bit. But, if we don't see like the locker being accepted with the next Rust store, maybe it'll go down a little bit, calm down a fair bit. But the barders are looking pretty good, and the transparency, a lot of people seem to be like super hyped up for it and whatnot. So it's a bit questionable. But at the very least, we can do some early barders on the large box. And, we'll see. But again, that's abnormal barders tomorrow. So look in the description to see the links to all my socials, more specifically my Twitch. And around 9 PM London time tomorrow, I will be on stream and we'll be sitting here discussing prices for all these skins. And then when the time is right, we'll race to put those barders down. It's looking interesting because you could do some like high up tower sort of peaks and whatnot. You can stand over it and see through. So you can like peek over, shoot people, then pull back a bit and then reload and then go back and attack again. Like I've got a short video showcase on this. So it's interesting. It's also selling quite a lot. There might be potential problems. We'll leave it to tomorrow, right? We're going to need to see the abnormal barter support. We're going to need to see how many people jumping onto it. Regardless, very cool looking collection continuation. What would you like to see next from this collection? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to you, Corey and Sodsender. And next up here we have the Infinity Glow fridge, produced by Mr. Sendox. This is a strange fridge. It's actually a portal to a different dimension. So yeah, there's no like door to it. I don't know how that's going to keep your food and drinks nice and cold, but very unique, interesting design. So best of luck to you, good sir. I'm fully well aware it glows in the dark ever so nicely. So yeah, if you like it, You know exactly what to do. Best of luck. Now over to here, we have just one rug for the week. Now, quite some time back, we had a ridiculous amount of green rugs being produced for the jungle update. Where did they all go? We only got one of them accepted. But the Cramp's like, yeah, I could give it another shot. So, alright, fair enough. Perfectly fine looking design to decorate your base with. Best of luck to you, good sir. And then we have furnaces. Let's go ahead and take a look at all of these. And let's jump in. So, over to here, Topaz Furnace, produced by Mr. Boris and Mr. Damned In. Get a good look at that. A very nice, shiny looking design. There's also a second version, Dark Topaz. Interesting and still shiny. So yeah, if you happen to like it, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you too. But of course, competition. And what do we have over here? Jungle Emerald Furnace. That's a lovely gift showcasing the design. Mr. House, do you happen to show it at night time? No. Okay, fair enough. Still looks very nice though. I think that's the best we're going to get of it. It does appear to lighten up quite a fair bit. So yeah, I would imagine when it's turned on at night time, it lightens up. Very nice, very cool. Best of luck to you, good sir. But of course, competition. And that right there is a Bumblebee Furnace, produced by Vitalik and the One. It's a Bumble theme furnace. Like, what else is there to say? Does it make honey? I don't know. But it does look goofy. So best of luck to you too. And then, oh, okay. Looks like we've got another Sunken skin. So if you aren't fully well aware, this is a collection continuation. We've been very successful with 3 doors being accepted in the past, and now we have a furnace being made. So this is like a perfectly fine evolution to the idea. The octopus is expanding to other different like deployables now, and he's somehow snuck into a furnace. I think we're going to have some tasty dinner later, because that's certainly getting cooked in it. So anyway, let's go over to here, get a good look at the Sunken collection, because recently we did have a sheet metal double door being accepted, and well, how's that currently faring? Well, that's doing good, but that garage door's not doing very good. And then of course the sheet metal door, no. So sheet metal doors in general, not exactly good investments. Garage doors in general, not exactly good investments. Sheet metal double doors though, very nice. So to be honest with you, if this were to be accepted, I don't really expect this and this to spike in price that much. Now we can still give it a good look. How many listings are currently on the Steam market? 52. Well, I would sit here and say the more the merrier, but I don't think people are going to be jumping onto that much. Again, you could also bring up the fact that we've had a lot of garage doors this year. That's also a bit of a problem, but keep an eye on it. Now, in regards to the sheet metal double door, honestly, it probably is the better shout, but it's already gone up in price. That's the only concern. But there's only 14 listings. I gotta be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me if it does go up a little bit more. If we were to see the furnace, so I'm just saying. But hey, looks nice, looks fun, and if you happen to like it, consider showing your support. So best of luck to you, Mr. Algorithm. That's a perfectly fine look design. I ask you, the viewer, what would you like to see next? Where shall he put the... Actually, no, a locker. Large box. Large box with the tentacles trying to squeeze out and open itself up or whatnot. That sounds cool. Right, well, it's in your hands now. But yeah, you're the viewer. You could offer your own opinion. But moving on from here... Another bee furnace. Well, more specifically, this is actually a collection. So, yes, in the past we had the sheet metal door. Somewhat recently, we also happen to have the small box. Well, now we have a furnace. 2 furnaces, actually, because there's a second version. You can have the grey brick version or the stripy yellow and black version. Okay, fair enough. Both of them are perfectly fine looking ideas. And at night time, just to confirm, only like the eyes here, the eyes, only they're the ones that lighten up out of the whole design. So if you went behind it, it wouldn't light up. Okay. Okay then, so let's go take a look at the bee collection. We could be bees. Don't, not now. We'll live for 30 years. Anyway, over here. The sheet metal door's doing alright because it's a glow-in-the-dark, transparent design. And initially, based on the positioning of the transparency, it was a bit questionable. It's not the skin creator's fault. If anything, that probably got it accepted because it wasn't too ridiculously helpful. Ow! Fan! Anyway, the small box came out. Didn't exactly go super crazy. But then again, when you take a look at it on the Steam market right about now, you'll see for yourself that there's next to no listings. So I'm wondering, would this appreciate more skins being accepted? Because I'm going to be really brutally honest with you. I think that would. And over here to the sheet metal door, just to confirm, it doesn't have that many listings. It's a perfectly reasonable 45. So yeah, it's still in the positive. It still looks like it could go up much higher based on the very thin quantities. Honestly, it's in your hands. Both of them are looking very appealing at the moment. If you feel super confident that we'll get at least one of these furnaces being accepted, well, jump in, go buy a few of those skins, and cross your fingers and see if we actually get more of the B collection. Because I just got to point this out. The skin creator did make like a series of doors, but none of them were accepted. He makes one small box and that's accepted. Then, of course, he also did like large box. They weren't accepted. Well, we'll see, alright? Best of luck to you, Omnipresent. But yeah, that's all I can say. Out of all the boxes we have, we don't actually have that many. So over to here, small box. Natural wood storage box produced by Shaft the Patcher. Get a good at that. It's nice, it's green, it's perfectly fine for the grassy areas. Kind of just had 2 green small boxes recently. Fireflies and bamboo. I mean, they saw it be accepted. Surely they'll accept another one, right? We'll see. Best of luck to you, Shaft the Patcher. Let's see if that works out nicely. But yes, a lot of people would appreciate that. But we've already kind of got 2 options. Anyway, moving on. Where is it? That's it. Oh. So yeah, Food Crate, Flate and Meeseeks are making skins in reference to, of course, like the little things that you'd find that would hold like the car parts, and of course now the Food Crate. I wonder what they're going to do next. Perhaps the green one? Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. But we've had like storages and whatnot in the past being accepted. That obviously in reference to in-game storages, in-game boxes that are holding stuff like that. It's been successful before, so I mean, best of luck to them. We'll see if it works out nicely. But yeah, do you like it? Well, feel free to go ahead and show your support. And then for the one large box skin of the week, we have Infection Large Wood Box, produced by Bitrate and Yagami. I wouldn't go near it. It's got all this weird ooze, and it looks like it might it'll infect you as well, and then you get sick, and then you won't be able to do much. Oh no. So yeah, an interesting glow-in-the-dark design, somewhat creepy, scary, and yucky. Well, best of luck to you two, because quite literally you're the only one who made a large box this week. Now, in terms of sleeping bags, we got a series of options here. Let's go ahead and take a look at all of them. Jungle Shelter, a nice interesting green design produced by Robstar. We did have a green sleeping bag being accepted somewhat recently. This is a brighter green. I'm not sure if that's going to be A-OK. Probably not in the grassy areas, but in the forest, actually it might work out perfectly fine. We shall see, we shall see. So best of luck to Mr. Robstar, best of luck. But then over to here. Do you want a banana? Peel it down and go sleep in it. So yes, that's a banana sleeping bag right there, produced by Mr. Fresh. Now just to confirm, it's not a collection continuation. I know we've had banana skins in the past, banana skins to be precise. That is not a collection continuation. It is not a nana sleeping bag. It is a banana sleeping bag. So, best of luck to you, Mr. Fresh. And then over to here, Dicky sleeping bag. Now, no, it's not a collection continuation from what I can see here. We have had some Tiki-related skins in the past, but that is not a collection continuation. But it is still a very nice, interesting design, but no glow. No glow, just to confirm. Still cool, though. Would you like it? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to Bear Trip and Hulk. Then we'll go down over to here. We have some sheep matadors to take a look at, and there's quite a decent amount of them. Oh, yes, indeed there are. There's actually a lot. How many do we have? Right. So, Urgent Matter Sheep Matador, produced by Kratorius, Vici, and Coca Payma. Let's just quickly get a good look at this. So if I could just quickly up it to 1080. Seems they got like a whole video being showcased here. Somebody once told me the world. I haven't watched the video, I'm just guessing. So, yeah. That's a perfectly fine looking graffiti style design. Do you like it? Feel free to comment below. And best of luck to you three. Now over to here we have the MVP Sheep Matador, produced by Slavny. Yeah, good look at that. A very strange yet interesting, unique design. Very colourful, very in your face, and yes, it also happens to glow in the dark. So, best of luck to you, Mr. Slavny. But of course, there is competition, because over to here, we have the Toxic Dragon Scale Sheep Matador, produced by Jeeba and Zihan. It glows ever so nice and brightly. It's ever so icky and yucky, and why would I want this on my door? It's so sticky, I don't want to attach that. But then again, you wouldn't probably be door camp, because nobody would want to go near it. I'm joking. But anyway, Perfectly fine glow in the dark design. So best of luck to Jeeper and Z-Han. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. It's yucky, but also perfectly befitting what they intended to do. Gothic version 2 for a sheep door. That's a very lovely looking design. No glow, which you can clearly see. So yeah, you're cooking. That's a nice looking design right there. What would you like to see become Gothic next? Feel free to comment below. That's a very cool looking design. So yeah, best of luck to you, Mr. Yeah. Oh, hello. We have Sheep Door Guardian. This is a version 2. Not exactly sure what this is like referencing. But it does look pretty cool. But yeah, oh, sorry, I misclicked there. As you can see, it does have a glow in the dark quite nicely. Yep, there we are. So, yeah, a perfectly fine looking sheep door. Bit odd in terms of its design. But as it progresses, I'm sure we'll see like a lot more out of it and whatnot. So, RR3, best of luck to you. Best of luck to you. Yep. Over to here, some sort of demon, it seems. He's not very happy. In fact, he's so angry that he's seeing red. I'm so proud of myself. Yep, yes I am. So it does appear to glow in the dark. The eyes do appear to glow in the dark quite prominently. So yeah, that's a pretty cool looking design. Do you like it? Did you like my joke? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to you, Minimum Man. Oh yes, that glows in the dark very brightly. So what's this? Well, this happens to be the Vendor Sheep Door, produced by Scropin. So yeah, it looks like it's what did you call them in like New York? Bodega sort of door, but like, don't they always have like their doors open? I don't know. You can comment below what I'm trying to figure out. Anyway, it's a cool looking design, and I do believe we have a second version here, and this second version has transparency. But where specifically? Oh, I see it now. Ah, so you got like a gap there, a gap there. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right. I'm not sure if it's super helpful transparency, but it is transparency, and of course it does glow in the dark. So pretty cool looking design. Best of luck, you Scropin. Next up here we have the Noir Sheep Door, produced by PL3 and Donny. It looks like they're starting to build up a brand new collection, so keep an eye out for this because they're adding a lot of transparency and glow in the dark. An interesting skull-featured black and white design stands out quite nicely. And a little bit earlier we did talk about that B Sheep Door. It's actually in the positive right now, isn't it? Well, probably due to the fact that it had transparency and glow in the dark, which of course this has right there with transparency, and of course you just saw the glow a second ago. Could we see a brand new one potentially being accepted? Well, consider showing support. Best of luck to you too. Let's see if that works out nicely. Next up, we have a blasted door. Yes, it would never open for me, so I started shooting it. That blasted door. So produced by Shino, it's a fun, silly design, and it also comes in yellow. So best of luck to you, good sir. It's a very silly and yet perfectly fine looking idea. And that right there is a collection continuation. Quite some time back, we of course had a very cool looking garage door being accepted on the May 4 Swipe Rust door. Well, if you don't fully remember, I'll remind you. Now, Mr. Sadist, I don't think you can really add all of this into the same collection, just being brutally honest with you. This is fine, this could be its own collection, Neon Jungle, but I wouldn't like add all of it together. But anyway, yes, of course, we did, recently see this garage door being accepted. It was a tiger versus a crocodile, so now we have the panther versus the snake. So if we go to here, if we go to that May 4 Swipe Rust door rotation, and we'll see that garage door did an absurd amount of sales, even with it selling at $3.49. So unfortunately, with so many garage doors being accepted this year, that went down in price pretty quickly and pretty hard. Oh dear. But if we were to see like a collection continuation, would it actually go up in price ever so nicely? I think the real question is how many people are actually going to realise this is part of the same collection? That being a sheep in the door, and the other one being a garage door, that's a bit of a worry because, well, garage doors so far this year, not many of them have worked out very nicely. Sheep in the doors so far this year, only a couple, alright? But still a perfectly fine looking sequel. Do you like it? That's what matters most. Consider showing your support. Sadist, keep up the good work. But what's next? Bear versus wolves? Could give it a shot. Man versus all of them. Sheep in the double door. There you go. And then, what do we have right here? Cobalt Jungle Container Sheep Door. Right, so no glow, no mentions of glow or anything. Okay then, fair enough. So, yes, this is another attempt for a collection. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. What's that I see right there? Mr. Cubist, if you're going to have transparency, you have to have transparency in the name. Those are the rules. Quite literally, you have to, right? So if you've just watched this, make sure you had that. But yeah, it looks like that does happen to have some transparency. Just about over here. You have to mention that. It's supposed to be a rule. So I'm guessing it doesn't glow in the dark, but it has transparency, which is fine. I think people would appreciate that. You know, nice little stealthy base covered in like jungle ivy rugs and whatnot, and this door in the front. That'd be cool. So let's now quickly remind ourselves of the Armour double door. What week did it come out again? That's going to be the fun part, trying to remember that. Was it the 3rd week? There we go. It's just about slightly in the positive. It still has those barders keeping the price up and whatnot. But yeah, we have seen a sheet metal double door. We have seen a single armored door. Haven't seen them been accepted yet. But with the position that this is in, looking at the quantity, I'm not too worried about it. If anything, I still anticipate that slowly rising up in price. Gracefully. Not like insanely, instantly. It'll take time, but I can see that still working out all by itself. But a collection continuation, yep, I could imagine that give it a nice boost. Let's say if it, makes people want to go ahead and buy like 10 or 20. Well, that's easily going all the way up to about $3+ So, yeah, perfectly fine looking designs with a potential perfectly fine looking collection continuation, which also has transparency, as we already said. So, all right, things are looking pretty sweet there. Best of luck to you, good sir, Mr. Cubist. Remember to add the transparency. Over to here, we have garage doors. Of course we have garage doors. There's always garage doors. There's always tons and tons and tons of garage doors. Right, well, let's get started then. For what you see right here is art. Produced by EOKA and Nancy, I present you art. Yes. Lovely. Such great brush strokes. Such lovely, colourful design. Yes. And it also glows in the dark very brightly. So, yes, that is an interesting oil paints design. Do you like it? Because this is their 4th attempt. They've gone back to it numerous times. I think it looks pretty. I think it looks cool. And I think you guys should offer your services for Twitch drops, because I think a lot of people might appreciate something like that. You've made a wonderful looking design. So best of luck, best of luck. But of course, this competition, because over here we have the Labyrinth of the Minotaur garage door, produced by Alfred et al. Get a good look at that. That stands out very nicely. That looks cool with the torches there. Props to you, that actually looks really sweet. So yeah, glows in the dark, stands out quite nicely. The 3D-esque sort of design really brings it out. So best of luck to you. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Now over to here, well, this is a different type of design. It's a scary looking alien monster thing. Produced by Falcon Kostya Che. It's a glow-in-the-dark pixel invader. Yep, he's coming to get you. So yep, that's a perfectly fine looking garage door design. Best of luck to you too. Now over to here, more competition. Blacksmith new garage door. An interesting sort of regal style design there. Oh yes. We got the gold plating. How very, very valuable. Produced by Karama Project. That's a nice looking design. And we also happen to have a second version which glows in the dark quite prominently. So yeah, do you like? Feel free to comment below, and best of luck to you. Now over to here, Wild Nature garage door. A very scary sunflower. Probably from that very scary jungle. But yep, that's an interesting design. That is something that I'll probably see in my nightmares. Thank you very much, Mr. Kafahu. A very, very scary sunflower indeed. Which also happens to glow in the dark. Just to quickly showcase to you there. Best of luck, best of luck. And you can see how they slowly built up the design as well. Yippee! Now over to here we have the Totem Cult garage door produced by Odyssey. That is quite literally a sort of scary sort of totem guy. And he's got fire in his mouth and a big mouth. So best of luck to you, Mr. Odyssey. That's a very nice bright neon design. Loot Room garage door, which glows in the dark and has transparency. Produced by Skurat. It's like Tetris but with all these various different bits and bobs. So if I could go over to here. Where's the transparency? Ah, there, right there. I see it now. Okay. Okay, that's actually pretty cool, but the transparency isn't helpful. However, something like that would probably be allowed to be accepted. But that, again, that transparency isn't helpful. Skurat, I'll offer a little suggestion to you. Whilst you've probably thought, if I'm going to do it, I could probably only have that bit. You could do a little bit below. You could have a little gap Like, maybe just about in between here. I mean, might be a little bit too much, might affect the design. Fair enough. Regardless, it's a very cool approach, a very unique idea in terms of, to this level, it looks very, very nicely detailed and whatnot. I'll give you good credit there, so best of luck, best of luck. Over to here, we have the flowering garage door. It's got lovely bright purple flowers, and it's all viney. I didn't know how better to explain it. It's viney, produced by Armour. Let's see if we could see this potentially being accepted. I do believe they've... Oh, it's a collection continuation. I didn't know that. It didn't... You don't have to, but I would recommend that you match up to the naming scheme that was accepted. So if it's Jungle Sword, then you do Jungle Garage Door. I know. You could add like Jungle Flowering. Okay, regardless, let's go back over to that. When was that sword accepted? Was it the second last Rust Door? No, it was the very last Rust Door of May. It was last week. Ooh, that shows how memorable that was. Savage sword skins this year aren't exactly doing super great. And that one's following suit. Not his fault, it's just people don't use them that much. So, with the justification to own skins. And then pretty much every single Savage sword skin over the past 3 years have gone down in price pretty badly. Yeah. Right, well, I don't really imagine a garage door calls that the spike in price. Not really, sorry to say. But at least we did notice it and we pointed it out. So, yeah, all right then. Armour, best of luck. Let's see if that sequel potentially gets accepted. Best of luck, best of luck. And that right there was it was the one I knew was a collection continuation. This is Jungle Guardian Garage Door, produced by Little Ranger and Groomer Katarina. I showcased this in my little preview video. I'm sure you've seen it by now. But for the very first Rust Door of May 2025, we have that shipment door right there. And it sold a lot, and then it went down in price. Because that's the state of shipment doors this year. Yep. 46 listings, half the price. This sold at $2.49. That is not doing a very good job of retaining its value. No. Sorry, but yeah, shooting the doors. There's too many skins. It's hard for them to maintain interest and, of course, maintain their value. So, if we were to see a garage door, would that dramatically change and go up in value and whatnot? I don't really think so, I'm sorry to say. It's got its own problems of selling maybe just a little bit too much at almost 29,000 subscribers. And let me tell you, all of these other skins here sold pretty ridiculously. That one worked out quite alright. Yeah, but it blended in very nicely with the brand new building skin. And it was much higher. That's actually starting to go down in price now. Ooh. So, yeah. I don't think we're going to see that much of a change if we're to see the garage door being accepted. But, you know, if you like this and you'd like to see a proper collection being built up and whatnot, then yeah, consider showing support. Consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. You make some wonderful looking designs. Let's see if you can get a collection continuation. Right, now we're moving on to armoured doors. And then we have some double doors, and I think that'll be it. Yes, it is. Right. Decay armoured door. Produced by Nui. Got an interesting, very notable orange pattern design there with the skull. Looking pretty cool. That's looking somewhat hypnotic. So best of luck to you, Nui. And over to here, we have the topographic lockdown arm. There's transparency there, I do believe. Can we get a confirmation of that? And again, decap, go back, you've got to mention transparency in the name. You know, like brackets. Yeah. So, yeah, that does appear to be a transparent design. I mean, what else would it be, Hedge? Right, fair enough. Yeah. You should also mention it glows. I know, but it's in the rules. So, yeah, just for your own benefit, because that might be the reason why it doesn't get accepted. And that would suck, wouldn't it? So, yeah. I don't know what's going on there. It says raid target. Oh, I see. All right, cool. So, a perfectly fine, interesting, transparent, glow-in-the-dark design for an armoured door. If you like it, consider showing support. Best of luck to you too. But over to here, that just so happens to be a very interesting glow-in-the-dark collection continuation. That right there is the Protector armoured door. And we also have a second version with transparency and glow-in-the-dark. So this is a V2. I've seen this in the past. This has a strange design choice where it has like an extra bit of transparency here to the side. I mean, sure, make a bigger window, see what you could get away with, I guess. Now, we have had armoured doors with transparency and glow-in-the-dark in the past. Bombshell, for example. That's super cheap. That kind of had its own problems back in the summer of 2023. Won't go into too much detail, but this is a collection continuation, as I've said. If I go over to here, Protector. I did not type that correctly. Alright then, here we are. So, what do we see? A sheepman double door that's doing fantastic. A single sheepman door that's not doing super great. And a garage door that's not doing super great. Where have I seen this before? Like about 2 minutes ago. Anyway, so, sheepman double door. That's already $10. Huh. What about these two skins here? How are they currently doing on the Steam market and whatnot? So that has 71, Sulfur 2.49. That what was it? Was it? No, it was $2.99. Oof, half its value. Oof. Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah. If the transparency on it wasn't helpful, then that's probably the reason why it's not doing super great. And yeah, that's a glow in the dark transparent design on a sheepman door, and it's still $10 price. Ugh. So yeah, I don't think the Armour door's gonna make that much of a difference. Sorry to say. So, okay, fair enough. Regardless, do you like design? Do you like the Protector collection? And would you like to see more of it? Then, well, consider showing support. Best of luck to you, Paw and Hyper Monster. Let's see if either of these potentially get accepted. If not, consider doing something else, I guess. That right there is the Molten Visage wooden double door. Sorry, I meant to close that. And yes, this is a collection continuation we haven't seen in quite a while, because Molten Visage has been around for quite a long time. That was like a good few years ago. I'm not joking. Let's go over to here. The last one to be accepted was in a Complete the Sets like 2 years ago. That was the single wooden door. If I'm correct, let's find out. Yes, I am. 2022, actually. Oh, wow. So this all started off back in 2019. That is now selling for $6 there, that large box. Armour doors the next year, sheepman door, garage door, small box furnace, sleeper bag, wooden door. If we were to see a return, if we were to see a wooden double door being accepted, could all of that potentially spike a price? I think it would, because people probably remember the collection. No, honestly, like people are like, what's Molten Visage? And then they'll probably type it in on Steam, and then they'll see all the other skins. They'll be like, wow, this looks cool. It's all like on fire and stuff. That is nice. I appreciate stuff like that. I'm now going to buy the full collection. Ha ha ha. I mean, we'll see. But two of these skins are currently the positive, and this one's obviously evens. Some of them are down a fair bit, but that's a garage door, and that's a furnace that isn't really too insanely unique. Sorry to say, but yeah, I'm being honest. That's a sheepman door. That's over $3.49. That's, oh my goodness. Alright, anyway, so yeah, it would be interesting. So go back over to here, looking at the wooden double door specifically. It glows in the dark ever so noticeably. Oh yes, it's staring at your very soul. So yeah, tricks, that's a very cool looking glow in the dark design. Gear Google that. Do you like? Are you a fan? Consider showing support. Best of luck to you, good sir. But there's competition. There's glow in the dark kitties. Okay? This isn't no ordinary wooden double door skin. Those are glow in the dark kitties. We have to consider that. Alright. So, yeah, just to point out, this is another attempt for the Ramen Wooden double door. We have perfectly normal kitties, and then we have glow-in-the-dark kitties. It's all quite lovely, yes. So, yeah, we've had a sheepman door, a garage door, and, of course, a large box earlier this year. How's it currently holding up? If I type in ramen, is it going to show all of them, or is it like Nightlife collection? Neon Nightlife. Okay, I didn't know. Okay, so yes, the garage door's there, the sheepman door's there, and the large box is there. When this was accepted, this went up in price, so this went up in price. Oh, yes, and that came out in January time. So that was like already up in value. But did it go up even higher? Oh, yes, it did. Now, this has gone down in price, which is quite sad to see. I'm going to focus these two skins because that's already pretty expensive. So the sheepman door, let's go take a look at you. How many listings do I see? 73. That's not too ridiculous. It's doing a fairly decent job of retaining most of its value, which compared to most sheepman doors, that's actually pretty standout. Good few sales here and there, back up to its rust or price. Shouldn't be too bad. How likely is that to happen? Well, if we were to see a collection continuation, like what we did when the large box appeared, yeah, that sheepman door might go up in price very, very nicely. Now, this appeared early this year, as I've already said, and whilst a lot of collection continuations have been made, none of them have been accepted. But if the wooden double door is to be accepted right now, I'd love to see that cover price. And it wouldn't surprise me if it did, but we do have like an 18 there. Yeah, we'll see. Like, I've got to really get the point across. The skin creator really has tried to get some other skins accepted, but Facebook just don't want to accept them anymore for some reason. Bit odd, but yeah. But that's doing a much better job compared to a lot of other large boxes in terms of retaining its value. So, alright, fair enough. All good. So, yeah, If you feel like those two are perfectly fine things to jump onto, if of course you feel very confident that will be potentially accepted, that of course being the wooden double door, then yeah, jump onto it. If that had to be accepted by itself, wooden double door skin, very likely to go up in value quite nicely and gracefully. Oh yes. So best of luck to you, Mr. FaZe. Keep up the good work. Now we're delving into sheet metal double doors, and that right there is the Ape Lord sheet metal double door. We did see a sheet metal door being accepted quite some time back, didn't we? Single sheet metal door, just to clarify. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ape Lord, because I didn't really expect much of it. Again, sheet metal door skins. So I type in Ape Lord. Oh, yeah. Showing me Warlord. Okay, yep. So that went down in price. Sold at $2.49 in Rust Store. Now it sells in the Steam market at $1. $1 apparently. Let's go find out. Yes, I can confirm. It looks like it's selling for $1. Why saying it in such a weird way? Because I am having fun. So, alright, yeah, that didn't hold up. Clearly not, no. But if we were to see the sheet metal double door being accepted, would it make that much of a difference? Now, by default, I would say new deplorable skin, building up to a nice brand new deplorable collection. Yeah, it could probably build up into something very nice and positive. I just don't really have that much faith in sheet metal doors anymore. I've seen many instances, especially like the past year, in which a sheet metal door would be like one of the first couple skins to be accepted and what would develop into a nice, interesting, deplorable collection. But the sheet metal door then end up like just crashing and burning as time went on. I don't have much faith in the sheet metal door. Maybe for an initial hype moment, initial like spike in mind, spike in price, but then I wouldn't be surprised it drops off pretty quickly. So yeah, I don't really have that much faith in the sheet metal door, sorry to say. The sheet metal double door all by itself, however, though, that would be very, very cool. An awesome looking glow-in-the-dark design produced by Sad Happy. Get a good look at that. Are you so angry at your neighbours that you're about to go ape mode? Well, maybe we had the perfect door. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sad Happy, then. So let's just close that. Let's just close that. And I do believe this is the last deployable skin for this video. That right there is a collection continuation to the recent sheet metal door and, of course, a couple other skins. That'd be a garage door and a furnace. That was last week, wasn't it? I do believe it was. Let's go find out. The answer is diddle-diddle-diddle. There he is. He's already lost a third of his value. Cool. What? Yeah, this wasn't a surprise. It didn't have enough like barders to keep the price up and whatnot. People weren't that enthusiastic, and yeah, it's just dropping off. Not surprising. I'm very sorry to say, but we basically foresaw this. So, yes. When you look at the Twisted Metal collection as a whole, you'll notice that the garage door isn't doing super great, and the furnace isn't doing super great. So overall, it's not doing super great. I think we've got the point across. Regardless, do you love his loving smile? Do you want to see more of it? Well, consider showing your support. Johnny, old boy, keep up the good work. What could you do next? I don't know. We'll see. Keep an eye on his workshop. So, that just so happened to be the last deplorable of this video. So, out of all these skins that we saw, which one stood out to you the most? Which ones do you reckon have a very good chance of potentially being accepted? Whilst you think about that, I'm going to start talking about weapons and tools. Let's get started then. We have some rock skins to showcase. Smiley Rock. Smash! Well, if you insist. But anyway. It's a perfectly fine looking smiley face. Get a good pat on the head. Yeah, he's so happy. Yeah. Doesn't appear to glow in the dark. Alright, yep, totally fine. So best of luck to K Vladimir and Halo. Let's see if that could work out nicely. You could go on some lovely adventures with your Smiley Rock. But of course there is competition for what we have over here. So if I shake this, will it tell me my future, Mr. Keka? Well, yes, it is an 8 rock. But yeah, the magical 8 ball, if you shake it, it'll tell you like a different sort of future, even though it just basically say maybe or perhaps or yes or all sides port to no or some silly thing. So best of luck to you, perfectly fine looking design. And then over to here with the Crimson Alloy Rock produced by Vold. I am, well, it's gold trim. That's a perfectly fine looking design, yes. No glow in the dark or anything, so alright. Best of luck to you, Vold. Let's see if that works out quite nicely. Now over to here we have a nice selection of hammers. Starting off, we have the Stupid Monkey. It's got my smile. Produced by EOKA, a perfectly fine goofy little design. Yeah. Now if only we actually had monkeys, like, you know, in the trees. Like, imagine if there's a type of tree that you couldn't actually cut down, and at the very top there's just monkeys that just kept taunting you or something. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Anyway, best of luck to Ico. Over to here we have the funny toy hammer produced by Legacy. When you smack it, it go beep. So yes, obviously something that we basically saw with the April Fools, but now you can have it all year long. So yes, if you like the colourful design and think you need that, consider showing support. Best of luck to you, Legacy. And then over here, what happened to him? What happened to him? The Lost Ancestor hammer. Why am I using a fossil as a hammer? It would be worth quite a lot, wouldn't it? Well, Gilyak, it's up to you. You're the man behind the design. So yes, that's a pretty cool. Well, no wonder he's not got that much teeth left. But anyway, yeah, that's perfectly fine design. So best of luck to you, good sir. No appearance of glow in the dark or anything. So okay, fair enough. With all the hammers showcased, let's now get a good look at these other things. So over to here we have the bamboo bone knife. Get a good look at that. A nice green design. Quite literally like sharpened wood. That's actually pretty clever. You know what? I actually wouldn't say no to an idea like that. So Barurik, let's see if that works out nicely for you. Best of luck. Over to here with the shark teeth sword produced by Confusion. A very sharp, strangely spiky looking design. But a lot of these salvage swords, the only ones that have been accepted really are the ones with transparency, with an interesting usage of it. And I've got to hand it to Mr. Confusion. That looks like a perfectly fine, befitting design that matches that. So best of luck to you, good sir. Now over to here we have a pair of stone tools produced by Doinsky. We have the Chameleon Hatchet and the Chameleon Stone Pickaxe. Yeah, both of them are stone tools, just to clarify. And yeah, here you are. Here, good look at that. Do they glow in the dark? There's no mentions of that whatsoever, so I'm led to believe that the answer is no. Still nice and shiny though, so best of luck to Doinsky. Let's see if that works out nicely. Scrolling down, we have some bows, and it looks like we have some collection continuations to talk about. Yes, indeed. So first up here we have the Hyper Welding Bow. This is being built up into a collection, but no acceptance as of yet. Keep up the good work, Mr. 9K. But yeah, an interesting welded design. Do you like it? Feel free to go ahead and show your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. 9K. What we have right there is the Bird of Luck Bow, produced by Sunart. A very nice green looking bow. Yes, indeed. It's a version 2. It's another attempt. And yeah, what else is there to say? So let's go over to here and type in Bird of Luck. It's a weapon only collection. You know exactly what the situation is. Yeah. Oof. Down 68, down 52, down 57, down 25. This isn't surprising. So, weapon only collections by default would look like this. It's just the way things turn out. People just don't seem to care enough about weapon only collections. I don't know the specific reasons, but it keeps happening, so I point it out. If we were to see a bow skin being accepted, would everything dramatically change and end up being very different? No, it's going to stay the same. Sorry to say. Now, if we saw like Bird of Luck clothing and armour or something, maybe that might change it up. We'll see. I definitely saw the sheep in the door and the garage door in the past, but Face Punch didn't want to accept them. Don't know why, they look cool. But anyway, bow skin, I don't think you make that much of a difference. But hey, if you think it looks cool, if you'd like to see that potentially been accepted, consider showing your support, and best of luck to Sunart. Over to here, we have crossbows. First up, we have Icona's Stream of Arrows crossbow. That is an interesting purple design right there. And we also have an alternative white version, I do believe. There we go. Here, go look at this. Yes. So, not sure which version you're going to prefer, but they both look very nice. They both look very cool. So best of luck to Icona. Now over to here, we have the Relic crossbow produced by Jessin. Give that a good look. A nice golden design with some like bluish mosaic patterns on the inside. Yep. So get a good look at that. A nice, perfectly fine looking design. Best of luck to you, Mr. Jessin. But of course, there's competition. Fish crossbow. Number 1, flavour win. Fish rod for like the bits that stick out and whatnot. I mean, I made a short video of this, so by the time you're watching this, go look at my shorts. I showcase this compared to a standard crossbow and of course the cargo heli crossbow, which is a crossbow skin that was accepted that has transparency. And this, I believe, is better in terms of more visibility. If that were to be accepted, number 1, would it really have that much of an impact on the whole collection? I don't think so, no. But by itself, I think a lot of people will be jumping onto that. I think a lot of people will be appreciating it as time goes on. I'm not sure if we're going to see something equal to like the Heatseeker skin sales, but I could see a lot of people like jumping onto it out of genuine demand. So I don't think that much will change here, but by itself, for what we see there, so much more, by the way, see so much more. But yeah, I think that would be very, very beloved. And also, as I said, the overall design and the theme of the actual like collection, spot on. Shed Money done a fantastic job there. So let's see if that works out nicely. We have two EOKAs to showcase. Jungle Phantom EOKA. Where is the silly Italian name, Mr. VHS? Where is the silly Italian name? So I think this is a collection continuation. It's not a very obvious collection, I should point out. Yes, I'm aware that we have like the different animals of the jungle, but these have all been named differently. That was called Croc Thompson. This was called Tropico Sap, and this was just called Eyes of Jungle. Like, it's not blatantly obvious that it's a collection. So as much as the skin creator can sit there and say, hey, this is a collection, I don't think Facepunch really considers it, and I don't think everybody else considers it. Not to be mean or anything, but I'm just being like brutally honest here. Sorry to say that, Mr. VHS. You've been successful, but yeah, it's not clear to everybody. So I don't think I can really consider it a collection. Now, talking specifically about the EOKA, calling that the Jungle Phantom, pretty clever. What with chameleons being able to change their appearance of the colours and whatnot. That's pretty cool. But based on what I'm looking at here, does it glow? No mentions outright. I'm looking at, no, it doesn't glow. I thought we'll see like a nice nighttime pic. So yeah, overall, it's bright, it's colourful. Do you like it? Consider showing support. Oh, I almost lost my tongue there. A bit on it. Right, so what's this? That is an antique EOKA pistol. That is a collection continuation. The antique EOKA is here, and of course we have the tools right here as well. Now this whole collection, it's a sword and it's tools. By default, what's going to happen to those tools? I wouldn't be surprised if they go down by half their value. Exactly like the Savage Sword. Yeah, it's essentially still like a weapon/tool collection only. We just looked at the Bird of Luck collection. Well, this is basically the same thing. I do not expect this to retain her value. However, if we were to see an EOKA potentially being accepted, same thing. Weapon/tool only collection. By default, go down in price. Now, I haven't had an EOKA in a while, so perhaps either of the EOKA skins we've seen potentially might be accepted. This is where I ask, hey, could you show your support for which one you happen to like a lot more? Italian Brain Rot or Antiques? Best of luck to you, Mr. Zinc. But, yeah. I don't think that will cause the pre-existing skins to spike on price. Sorry to say. And gentlemen, ladies, and everybody else, brace yourselves. Another Heatseeker skin has appeared on the Rust Workshop. The Revolver, to be precise. Now, first of all, just get a quick look at both of the designs. Here you can see the jungle, the tiger's eyes only here to the left side, as if it was actually like in the jungle, all nice and camouflaged. And, well, once he gets real close, you only see his eyes, and then you're done for. Oh, no. Now, over to here, we have it like, you have the actual like tiger much more on display. I have a short video showcasing this, both of these to be precise. If you're going to look at both of them at night time, this one's going to be preferred because you can see a lot more yellow and it stands out a lot more noticeably. But both of them do stand out quite nicely at night time regardless. So, now we want to talk about the Heatseeker collection. I could just probably look at the front page of the Steam Market, couldn't I? Because they are always there. But let's just give this a good talk. The AK-47. I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, oh, can you talk about the AK? Can you talk about the AK? I will sit here and say this. I don't want to sound mean, but honestly, this is getting carried. This is getting carried by the other skins. That doesn't have a super pay-to-win aim sight. It does not. And just to point out, with the Bellum Twitch drops in about 2 weeks' time, we are going to get 2 transparent aim sight AK-47s for free. All right, just for free. So to see here, that selling for just over $10. I mean, at one point it was doing over 30 or close to it, right? Something like that. Anyway, it kept going up and it kept going down. It kept going up, kept going down. Maybe with another skin being accepted, that'll probably go up again. along with the other skins as well. I wouldn't be surprised by that. But honestly, I would avoid that one. And if you look at at the other skins, I don't really see the SAR going back up in price that much. We are fully well aware that we're getting a Bellum Twitch drop SAR that has the same amount of transparency. That one will be for free. This one right now is selling for $5.60. It was $8 just a few days ago. Then we found out about the Bellum SAR. 600 listings. Oof. The MP5 is kind of doomed based on the fact that it's done 65,000 subscribers. I just wouldn't go near it. I wouldn't go near it. Look at it around October time, pick it up for a cheap price, hold on to it. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to flip it for a decent profit in the future, but you've got to wait until October. This is having its own problems. So over here we have the Thompson. Now the Thompson sold a lot, but didn't sell as much as the others. The Thompson sits here at just over $2.49. You didn't sell for $2.49, you sold for $3. Okay, you're slightly above. There's a 36 there, 16 there, 17 there. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if this does bounce up a fair bit. Like the other skins, kept going up in price when new skins were being accepted. But, these two had transparent aim sights that are super pay to win. Whilst this does have transparency, it's not as ridiculous compared to the others. But a revolver with transparency? Yes, I haven't even talked about that, but yeah. Look at that. That will be the first ever transparent revolver. Either one to be accepted. Why not both? But yeah, that is going to be the first ever revolver with transparency. And by default, it would be a pay to win aim sight. And by default, people would probably still buy it. So, maybe we couldn't have a Python, but what about a revolver? And of course, revolver skins in general. Like, this is going to worry me a little bit because revolvers in general, every single one of them is positive. They get used a lot. We hardly ever get that many accepted. Perfect recipe for success. So, yes, if I could take control of this, but I can't seem to do that, unfortunately. There you go. Thank you very much, SCMM, for waking up. Yeah, look at all of them. They're all in the positive. If we get that Heatseeker revolver being accepted, oh my, we're going to have a fun time. But I do worry how many sales we're going to see. If it did sales similar to the Thompson, I think that would still do a very good job of retaining its value and working out very nice in the future. So we'll see how that turns out. Vase, you're on a roll. Keep up the good work. I'm aware of what he's working on next. I've seen it. There is more. There is more. He's not stopping. Heatseeker Sun will just keep on rolling through every single week, every single month. Until, maybe the Auto Forces will dip. So best of luck. But yeah, which one do you prefer? Feel free to comment below. Let's now move on and talk about some SAP skins. Fire Gun SAP. I looked at this in-game earlier and unfortunately it seemed to have like the normals issue. So I was going to make a short video of it, but it didn't really pan out, unfortunately. But I am aware the skin creators have fixed it. So, alright, cool. Hopefully that'll work out quite nicely. It's perfectly fine. Cool looking red design. We do have a red SAP that currently exists. Redemption. That is selling for a cool $5.50 at the moment. Would people appreciate another cool looking red design? We shall see. Best of luck to HSM and Claytails. And this is a collection continuation. Soulless Legion has returned. In the past, what skins did we see being accepted? A bow and a crossbow. And that is it. Wow, really? Okay. It's not that much, is it? Nice, cool gold trim on the black design. Looking pretty sweet. Aim down the sight. Where is it? Sorry for yawning. When I talk for too long and not breathe enough, I yawn. I am very sorry about that. Your skin is totally fine, Mr. Rona. I'm so sorry. Where's the aim down the sight? Thank you very much. Right, perfect. Yep. Yellowish gold. Yep, that stand out in most environments. Maybe not the desert though. But yeah, Soulless Legion. Also, I do apologise in regards to SCMN to APP. It's not exactly super helpful at the moment. So both of them are actually doing very good because they didn't really sell too much, I'm under the impression. So if I look at this, are you being manipulated or are you actual genuine demand? Judging from what I can see here, it looks like it's actual genuine demand. Okay, fair enough. That's already doing good. Would you want to invest in a skin that's already costing $4? Probably not, probably not. What about the crossbow? Let's go over to here. You are currently sitting here with hardly any listings and you're selling at $2.30. You could probably jump onto that. But a brand new SAP skin. This is a weapon only collection potentially. But it's already doing good, so I mean, I'll remain positive. I think a brand new weapon skin could help these out. You'll probably see more people jump onto them and try and buy them and whatnot, and see the price go up easily. So, okay, fair enough. It's your decision, though. I do believe I actually own a couple of those bow skins, so I'm actually go ahead and maybe sell some of them. So, yeah, best of luck to Mr. Rona. It's a very cool looking golden gilded design. So, yeah, could that potentially be accepted? We shall see. Okay, we have a Python, an SMG, an MP5, and a Thompson. And then there's more MP5s. Right, I might need to reorganise that and fix that at a later time, so I'll get onto that. Don't you worry. Moonstone Python version 2, produced by Action 76. Someone new I've been watching now. They are mentioned quite a lot in recent top picks lists, so I thought, yeah, it's probably a good time to consider following them now. So, yes, a nice shiny looking design. Get a good look at that. Aim down a sight, or what do I see? It is a standard sort of greyish looking aim sight. That's fine. That's okay. So best of luck to you, Action 70. I don't know why I want to read it. I say 60. 76. And yeah, they're trying to build up a Moonstone collection. So best of luck to them. Over to here, we have the Watermelon SMG, produced by Seychains and Cobra. It's bright, it's green, it's colourful, and it's got a wacky, silly little face. Look at that. Tee-hee. So, does it have a transparent aim sight? No, it doesn't, but that's fine. So yeah, seems to have a white aim sight and 2 red panels to the side. Stands out quite nicely, looks pretty cool. Best of luck to these two. Next up here we have the Frozen Queen MP5. Gotta be honest with you, it's a bit scary, Jackie. It's a bit scary. So light blue design, get a good look at that. And if we could just aim down the sight, where is that? Thank you very much. Give that a good look. Yep. Alright, perfectly reasonably fine looking design. Best of luck to Jackie. Over to here we have the Tactic MP5, produced by Visage. An interesting black design. Aim down the sight. Use of an aim sight. Can't go wrong with that. And I do believe we have a second version to see as well, which is of course over here. So this has transparency. How much transparency? Oh. Right, so is that really that much difference? It's enough. I mean, it didn't go super far with it, super crazy. It could have, but it didn't, so alright, fair enough. Best of luck to you, Mr. Bastaz. And then we have the Rub Frame Thompson, produced by Rosato. Got a little GIF here showcasing it as well. Nice and shiny. Oh, yes. So, yeah, giggle at that. Nice, interesting mosaic sort of design there. No transparency here. So, yeah, overall, a perfectly fine looking Thompson. Best of luck to you, good sir. And, yeah, that was it. Sorry, I've got another picture to see. SARS. Oh, is that a collection continuation, I see? Well, first of all, let's talk about this. The Biohazard SAR, produced by Solitra. We've got 2 GIFs here showcasing it. You might need a bit of a wipe. So, yeah, that's a perfectly fine looking design right there. Best of luck to Solitra. Aim down the sight. Let's get a quick look at that. And with a bright yellow design such as that, that'd be fine even in the deserts. Yeah, that'll stand out in pretty much every single environment. Brutalism SAR, produced by Alloy and Hook. We have a very carved stone-esque sort of design, which, to be honest with you, we don't get that many of those, so okay, fair enough. It's not supposed to look pretty, it's supposed to look ugly. It's all intended. But no, quite literally. So, yeah, giggle at that. And, yeah, alright, cool. Thank you very much. Best of luck to you too. That right there is a collection continuation. You might not fully realise it, but yeah, the original skin, the AK-47, that was accepted like the same week we had that Trainwrecks Blue Gem AK-47, which initially did glow in the dark. They brought that back because they removed it, didn't they? But then they've removed it again. It's weird. I don't know what's going on with Face Punch. Anyway. But that AK, I did like 6,000 subscribers at best, like 5,000 actually. But anyway, since then we haven't seen another skin until now, and this is a SAR, an Owl Totem SAR, and yeah, perfectly fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and give that a good look. Over to here, very angry looking owl, always staring at you. So yeah, okay, that's cool. And then over to here we have the glow in the dark version. The owl glows. Right, cool idea. It's just I don't think people want glow-in-the-dark weapons. They do not want to be seen at night time, so it's a disadvantage to have. But hey, they gave it a shot, so we'll see what Face Punch likes. Best of luck to Gunyan and Wagan. Let's see if that works out nicely. Best of luck. But in terms of that AK-47, so let's go over to here. Totem AK-47. Like, it sold so little, it could have been manipulated, but it wasn't manipulated. So just to confirm, that did 5,100 subscribers. That's low. That is definitely low. But again, it came out during the same week with the Blue Gem AK-47. Yep, you are not holding up very nicely. No, no, no. So if we were to see the SAR being accepted, would that change? No. Weapon only collection, sorry to say. So, alright, fair enough. It is what it is. Regardless, if you like what you see, consider showing support. Best of luck to you too. We've got some LR300s to take a look at, then some M39s, then some AK-47s, and I do believe that'll be all the weapons then. Is that correct? I think it is. Alright, cool. Last Infantryman LR300, produced by Flashback. Get a good look at this interesting blue-white design. Aim down the sight. Don't do aim down the sight images at night time, especially with a darker skin. I can't tell if that's like red or blue or white or anything. It's all just dark. Yeah, don't do that. Avoid that in the future, Flashback. And then over to here we had the purple ultraviolet. Oh no, I thought that was the same thing. Sorry about that. I swear you had like a second version. Am I correct? Flashback? Am I gone mad? No, I've gone mad. Oh god. Well, it was a long time coming. So best of luck to you, Flashback. Let's see if that works out quite nicely. But again, competition. Ultraviolet LR300. What lovely text you have there. Mr. Kosem with his bright purple. Interesting little red aim sight right there. Design. So, yeah. Would you like to see an ultraviolet collection? It's ever so nice and shiny. Ooh. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kosem. Over to here we have the Dominus Mortis LR300. What's this looking like? Scary looking skull, big claws. Oh my. Yan and Denuvo with a cool looking design. Pretty deadly. So yeah, can you look at that? And aim down the sight image. Aim down the sight image. There's no aim down the sight image. That's the most important part. Show us the aim down the sight image, please, in the future. You got to do that. Make sure you do that. That's what people want to see the most. So, okay, cool. Maybe they show it off in the GIFs here. They don't show it off in the GIFs here. Nuts. Well, best of luck to you two, regardless. Old Faithful M39. Two versions of this. So this is the more black version produced by Cryo. Interesting design. Don't get that many M39 skins. So if I look at the aim sight, there we go. I do believe that has transparency. Oh yes. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Modified ADS would refer to transparency. Not quite literally, but it does. It does. So, alright, Mr. Cryo. That's a nice looking design there. But then we had the red version. Looking pretty sweet. It would be the first time we have transparent M39. But the last one hasn't exactly held up its value either. That would be the Apocalyptic Wasteland Nomad Wasteland Z Skipper Induction Artist Collection. I can't remember what it was. Not on the top of my head right now. So regardless, best of luck to you, Mr. Cryo. Let's see if that works out nicely. AK-47s. Ashen Epoxy AK-47 version 2 produced by Ewing Graphy. An interesting red design. And of course you may notice the transparent aim sight. Okay. Everybody's doing them now. Vase, you've just basically knocked down the door and it's the flooding. It's madness. So, yeah. Floodgates are open. Everyone's doing it now. Best of luck to you too. But we'll probably see another AK in a sec with the same thing. So, here we have the Burning Demons AK-47 produced by L4FER and Kerry. And on a sight, no such thing. There. Really? Aim! Aim! Alright, anyway. Perfectly fine look design, so best of luck to you two, and let's see if that works out nicely. And, no, it's a standard aim sight. Igor with his Silent Assault Rifle, obviously in reference to the brand new can silencer. Well, he's made one out of cans. He's made an AK completely out of cans. It still shoots loudly. Over here, we have a stockless version as well, just to point that out. So yeah, if you want to see a skin made in reference to brand new content, well, feel free to go ahead and show support to this. Pirate Tales AK-47, produced by Rayleigh and Danielson. Get a good look at that. It's like a haunted ship. Actually, it's down reference to Sea of Thieves. It looks like it's a reference to Sea of Thieves. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it does look like it. So, best of luck to you two. Damon. There's Damons here. Produced by Dragon Normavan, we got the Damon AK-47. Yeah, that's a cool looking blue design. Got the Oni on the back there. looking pretty sweet. Aim down the sight. What do I see? Blue aim sight. Should be good for all environments. Very nice. Very cool. What are your thoughts? Go for a comment below. There's also a second version here. What's different? Sorry, I didn't sleep super well last night. I can't tell. I think this just has a little bit less colour. Oh, it's darker here. Oh, I see now. Not super noticeable that. Sorry, I was genuinely trying to figure out what it was. So, Drag Norma Van, very cool looking blue design here. Best of luck to you two. Let's see if that works out quite nicely. Now, is this a collection continuation? It doesn't look like it, no. I remember you had like a hyper collection, Dilleroy, but no, this is like a holographic effect, so yeah. It's like holographic cards you get in your booster packs. So yeah, that's a cool looking design there. Do you like? Feel free to comment below. There's also a second version with a different colour scheme. This one's got purple, yellow and pink. Yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. So again, which version do you prefer? Feel free to comment below. And both of them have the exact same aim sight, like so. So cool. Actually, just to confirm that, let's just make sure. I think that one has pink and that one has red. Okay. But still, it's like a standard aim sight. So yeah, alright, cool. Best of luck to you too. And that just so happens to be the final weapon/tool skin of the week. So out of all the skins we've seen today, which one stood out to you the most? Which ones look like they have a very good chance of potentially being accepted? Feel free to comment below. And with that, I'm going to move on and talk about clothing and armour. Alright then. So first of all, we have this Jungle Protection backpack. Now this seems to be like an alternate of the Arctic Protection collection. Skin creator here, Loser, he did intend to make a backpack for that, but it wasn't accepted. Okay, fair enough. Well, he's going to try and start off a brand new jungle version with a backpack. So, okay, fair enough. Let's see if that works out nicely. But does that mean we're going to get like burlap clothing and all that? Because of course that's what Arctic Protection is. Arctic burlap, the only like good snow camouflage we have in the game. Full burlap, primitive, I guess you could say. So best of luck to you, Loser. Anyway, we've got a boonie hat, bandana, and a poncho, and then some hide clothing here, looking pretty sweet. Handmade boonie hat. He made it out of metal and like spare scrap. That's stylish. Yeah, I mean, it's a perfectly fine idea, so best of luck to you too. Let's see if that works out quite nicely. Best of luck to Oasis and Isaac. But yep, both looking pretty cool. I'm a man of metal. Over to here, we have the pet snake bandana and, of course, the poncho, which, of course, is the poncho, the snake there. Oh, dear. GBG, it's a perfectly fine-looking design, showcasing the brand new Azure snake. But, yeah, I have seen some other skins very similar to this, like that appeared like a month ago. But they weren't accepted. Maybe this one will be the one. So, we'll see. Do you like it? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to GBG. Best of luck. Then we have the Armour hide shirt and pants. Don't get that many hide clothing pieces being accepted every year, so could we get some green and gold ones? We shall see. We shall see. What it is, it does look nice. I'll give it that. Donch. That is looking pretty. So, yeah, would you like it? Right, so best of luck there. But, of course, over to here, we have another collection continuation. This is the Vagabond jacket for the tie collection. More specifically, it's just a jacket. Yeah, tie jacket's right there. That would actually cause a spike and price still. Have seen it happen before, and yeah, wouldn't surprise me if it happens again. Hoodie and pants, kilt, they would all probably spike up in price quite nicely. So we recently did see boots and gloves being accepted. Still waiting for the tier 3. Tier 3 was resubmitted as a version 2. Boots have gone down slightly. Clothing's still doing reasonably well. Tier 2 still holding up quite nicely. If we see that tier 3, things should still work out quite nicely. But the jacket should still give that a nice boost. Clothing, kilt, even boots and gloves really as well. That should still work out quite nicely, yeah. So if you're feeling confident, hold on to what you have already, like me, and we'll see what happens next. So best of luck to 1J34633. Let's see what happens next. We have clothing now. Let's go get a look at all of these. And of course, with clothing, we have collection continuations. We have the TI-AT Piranha hoodie and pants, an interesting grey design. Don't get many grey skins anymore, so uncool. Let's see if that works out nicely. I do like the showcasing here of the views and whatnot. You've done a very cool job with that. So best of luck to you, good sir. Very interesting approach. Now over to here we have the Into the Wild hoodie, produced by Hedge. This man appears he's on fire. Or what did he do? I don't know. I don't actually know what that is, to be honest with you. But over to here we also have the pants. Get a good look at the pants specifically as well. So yeah, overall, perfectly fine looking design. Best of luck to you, Hedge. Let's see if that works out nicely. But you do have competition. Deep Ruby competition. So yeah, it's shiny, it's purple, and it's here. That is the Deep Ruby collection with another potential collection continuation for the Tier 2. Because the Tier 3 was never accepted, was it? So if I go back, what, 2 weeks? Not this week, it was the week after. There we go. Tier 3 was submitted, but no acceptance. And with no instant gratification, the price has gone down. Oh no. But yeah, not sure what's going on there. Again, they might have just been waiting a week, and then with the next Rust Orb, we'll see it. Or we'll skip ahead to hoodie and pants immediately, we'll see. So, regardless, if that were to be accepted, yes, that will spike above price ever so nicely. Yes, doesn't matter. It might not be, like, super demand at the moment, but if we see that, oh my, yes. So we'll see what becomes of that, but yeah, I am feeling optimistic, but will it actually be accepted? Especially when we have competition. EOKA has gone ahead and produced the black alligator hoodie and pants. A perfectly fine final core piece. So let's go over to here, type in black alligator. So we have had Tier 3, just recently had Tier 2, and now we might potentially have hoodie and pants. That sold a little bit too much. We would have never guessed though. And this, when it came out, well, sold very reasonably. 12 to 13,000 subscribers. That's reasonable. These did almost double. Almost. Sorry. Oh dear. So, yeah. To be honest with you, hoodie and pants, yeah. Tier 2, Tier 3, they'll still spike above price. Even though it sold a little bit more compared to these, they'll still go up in price ever so nicely. Just need the hoodie and pants. Or the boots and gloves, really. But we're here to talk about the hoodie and pants. So, yeah, I am optimistic. I'm looking forward to it. Best of luck to you, Mr. EOKA. Let's see if things line up and works out well for you. So, cool. Then we have not that much left. So over to here, Crocodile Crossplay, Road Sun Gloves, and of course the boots as well. If you know Milho Frito, you're probably fully well aware that he's made some interesting cosplay collections in the past. Camouflage, Ladybug Cosplay, Bee Cosplay, Frog Cosplay. I can't remember the other ones. He tried to get Crocodile hoodie and pants accepted for the Jungle update. Didn't happen. He probably had these in the pipeline, just kind of like in the back and thought, hey, maybe I'll do it this week. So Crocodile Cosplay boots and gloves have been submitted. I don't think we've seen a clothing and armor collection start off with boots and gloves. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. So, hey, I'm all for it. We'll see what happens. And by the way, that's the hoodie and pants right there. So, yeah, what do you reckon? All right, cool. So, best of luck to Milho Frito and Second Dismilius. Right. Over to here with the theatre. The theatre. It's beautiful. No, Tier 3 theatre collection. Interesting gold gilded design. Interesting black/grey, design here. So, yeah, no, that's looking pretty cool. I saw some funny things being posted when they put it on Twitter. It's the Phantom of the Opera. So, yeah, no, that's looking pretty cool. That's looking pretty sweet. Well, what are your thoughts? Feel free to comment below. All right. Best of luck to you too. And then lastly, we have another Tier 3 set. The Aztec Gold version 2 for the Tier 3. This is produced by Voodoo and Chillac. Give that a good look right here. Pretty colourful on the top. Not so much here, I guess you could say. It's mostly yellow. But yeah, overall, perfectly fine. Lovely look design. Look at that smile. Yeah. So best of luck to you too. And that just so happens to be the last clothing and armour piece out of all the skins that were submitted this past weekend. Yes. So out of all of these skins, which one stood out to you the most? Which one do you reckon have a very good chance of potentially being accepted? Along with all these other skins that you see here. So many skins were submitted. Hedge, yep, for a very long time. Doesn't know how long it's been going on for. But, yeah, don't blame me if you think it was a bit too long. Now, that, me talking about the length of the videos, now does bring me back to talking about what I said at the very beginning. If TGG is no longer recording videos showcasing skins now, in terms of like proper video format, do I do it now? Would I even have time? I don't know. So again, I asked at the very beginning, your feedback or your opinions. But then again, I did like mention that, you know, I'm already doing short videos. I'm already identifying that. Hang on a minute. So let me just quickly refresh here. There's the fish crossbow. I was like, you know what? That's got to be seen. I know a lot of people are going to want to see that. So in that short video, I showcase it in comparison to a standard crossbow. I compare it to the $7.50 cargo heli crossbow, which also has transparency. Are you satisfied with this? Because again, I'm fully well aware that me sitting here yapping for a very long time is a very long time. I'm aware, but then again, with all due respect, there's 117 skins there. I've got to reasonably highlight and say, hey, look, that exists. I want to try and be fair to everybody. That's why I only really talk about the collection continuations. There's a bit of a rule to it. So, all right, cool. Your opinions, please write them down. Now, if I were to quickly go to micro522.com, which of course is linked in the description, you can see which skins are performing quite nicely. Heatseeker Revolver on top, shouldn't be too surprising. It's from the previous week. Yep, Jungle Protection Backpack. Listen, you don't need a green backpack. The default large backpack is green. It's dark green as well. It's perfect for the jungle and forest and whatnot. The transparent bus, that's made by someone who I don't follow. Of course, I had to keep an eye out. Maybe they'll probably start being mentioned more on top picks lists if top picks lists are still being made. So over to here, we can see like the antique EOKA pistol, the loot room garage door, the Ramen Wooden double door. So a lot of the usual suspects are there, top 5. So, alright, cool. Now, again, just to point out, we've got like a Twitch drop there and a skin that was like from the previous week. That's why I'm skipping ahead. So, yeah, just want to clarify. Alright then, so, will we or will we not see a week 2? Or are you actually gone, Mr. TGG? Don't fully know, but we will find out. Right then, so, I'll still be here, still yapping away. Please help me. Looks like a glow-in-the-dark version of that sheet on the door has now been submitted. That's fine, that's fine. So, alright, cool. Is that a new skin there? Command block? Oh, Siegis. That's only just appeared now. Well, we saw it now. We saw it now. I guess I'll add that. So what I do is I'm going to go add this and scroll down, and June 10, there you go. Zoom out. Okay. Now we just added another skin. Now it's 118. Yippee. There's probably another one that's new in there somewhere, but I'm just going to leave it. So you're probably sitting there wondering, how on earth does he have all of these skins in such a nice presentable manner? Well, if we were to hop out of here real quickly, I will point out that I have a followed authors list. And if you go set one up for yourself, look in the top right corner of this video right now, you'll see a special card has appeared. If you click that, well, it'll showcase to you a video in which will showcase the various different ways in which you can build up your own followed authors list. Sounds good? So consider watching the video, listen in. You don't have to always, don't have to just instantly focus keeping an eye out for skins that have a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted. You could just follow people because you like their style, their designs and whatnot. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Right, yep, so that is essentially everything. SCMM.ABP is still struggling at the moment. It's affecting everybody, so if you're concerned, yes, it is affecting everybody. Now, I guess I could probably hop over to here, point out that I am making some sales at the moment. Not ridiculous sales, but just a few things here and there. I have a ridiculous amount of skins, right? I have to put a bit of effort in to sell some stuff, so I have to start a bit earlier. But it looks like I'm now pushing up to $500 when about 2 days ago I was just barely over 120. It's not hard to sell skins at the moment. A lot of prices are improving, and if I were to quickly navigate you over to here, I should point out that yeah, prices are improving quite nicely. So yeah, if you're an investor, go give this video a lovely good look. Watch, you know, Rust Summer 2025 positivity. Skin prices rising. Yes, they are. It's a fairly decent time to consider selling now, but in theory, the best time to sell would actually be July and August. But if I don't sell everything all in one go, I should be right. And again, I have tons of skins, so. Alright then, Bellum Twitch drops. It's been mentioned a couple times already, but it appears all the skins are now here, except the generic drops. Alright. I'm not sure if some of these are actually generic drops themselves. We'll find out. But I think it's supposed to be 10, like, specific streamers that you have to watch to get certain skins, and then 4 generic drops. Watch anyone streaming Rust on Twitch. It's as simple as that. So cool. That'll be linked in the description as well to go see those skins for yourself. And as I've said already, when all the skins are like public, visible, of course I'll make a video showcasing them to the best of my ability. Alright then, yeah, that is that. The comments are still, you know, showcasing some interesting things. Looks like fairy lights are definitely becoming a thing. When do they appear? I don't know, but it's being worked on. So, yeah, just point that out. Just point that out. Cool. So that is it. That is a wrap. That's not working. Let's go back over to here. Thank you very much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll see what happens from here on now. Quick refresh. 118. Yippee. So yeah, thank you very much. Catch you later. Say goodbye.